everyone. I hope and pray that you're having a wonderful day, and I hope that you have some fun in this live today. Please excuse the air that's going on in the background. So, today we're having a little bit of fun, hopefully, a lot of fun, and it is Fun Friday. And today, it is Friday, right? Let me make sure of that. Yes, it's Friday, July 3rd, as of the date of this video. And we are doing a Q&A today. So I'm going to wait for some people to come in. Please say hello so that I can see and acknowledge your wonderful presence. Once you arrive, leave a thumbs up on the video so that more people can join and see and have some fun today. Okay? So, again, please say hello once you come in so I can acknowledge you and we can get the game started. I'll wait for a few people to join so that we can have some fun today with this Fun Friday Q&A. And I wouldn't be myself if I didn't throw some God into it. So, there will be some fun, like faith based questions involved. However, if you have your own questions that you want to add or ask the chat, feel free. I only ask two things: that you have fun and that you be respectful. That's it. Okay? So, when you guys are entering in, please continue to say hello so that we can get the game started. I'll wait a few seconds or minutes or however it takes, however long it takes for you guys to arrive and say something so that we can start the game. Okay? I'm excited because this is the first time I'm doing a Fun Friday Q&A, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yes, yes, yes. Don't be shy. Say hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello. Just waiting for people to say hello so we can start the game. Welcome in, everybody. Maybe my chat is delayed because I'm not seeing you guys yet. Welcome in, welcome in. Are you all ready to start the game? Yes, no, maybe so. The Q&A for Fun Friday, as it is in the USA today. I know some people are watching from different parts of the world, or maybe. So it may be Saturday for you, but it's Friday here for me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game. If you guys are able to hear me and want to participate, feel free to answer the questions in any way you like. Again, I just have two things that I request, and that is number one, that you have fun, and number two, that you stay respectful, please. Thank you for the hearts. Kmart, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I know at least one of you is ready to start the game, which is awesome. Okay, so Q&A for Fun Friday. Let's get it. The first question. You guys ready? If you could spend a day with anyone from the Bible, who would it be? I'm going to answer that too, but I'm going to wait for you guys to answer. Again, the question is, if you could spend a day with anyone from the Bible, who would it be? And it could be a a good person, a bad person, a angel, whatever. Let me know, who would it be that you would pick to spend the day with from someone from the Bible. Good morning, Tessie. Thank you for being here. I can share my answer first if it makes you guys more comfortable. Lexi says hi. Gustavo says hello, Toya Jackson. Greetings from Peru. Where are you from? Greetings. I am from the United States, East Coast. Thank you so much for joining. So we're having some fun today. with a Q&A. And for those of you who are just coming in, the question was, if you could spend the day with anyone from the Bible, who would it be? And I'd like to add, it could be good or bad. You know, who would you like to spend the day with? Lexi says, today is my 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Lexi. I pray that you have an amazing one and that you celebrate yourself in a great way today, in however you want to do it. If you guys enjoy the content as you're watching, please be sure to give a thumbs up on the live and subscribe so that you can always stay connected whenever a video comes out from me. So I'll go ahead and answer the question. If I could spend the day with anyone from the Bible, I would want to spend the day with Jesus because he's awesome. um, Gustavo says, happy birthday, Lexi. Tessie says, my mom passed away in 2009. My condolences to you, Tessie. I pray that um, that you are comforted by the fact that that you had your mom for the time that you did. And I pray that you appreciate life as we have it right now and hug the people that you love a little bit tighter and love a little bit stronger. Gustavo says the first like. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for 2 likes. Keep liking it up so that more people can have fun and enjoy this fun Friday and just have a good and blessed day. Okay, so you guys ready for question number 2? If you are, let me know. Let me know. And my just to let you know, Tessie, my dad passed let's see, it'll be 12 years ago. And so I can feel and empathize with how you're feeling. It's not easy losing a parent at all. Are you guys ready for the next question? And by the way, these questions aren't my questions. I just found them on the internet. So I don't want to like take credit, for it, but I felt like these may be some fun things that I can ask you guys today. So, okay, I hope you guys are ready. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving with the question. So, question number 2. If they offer to show you in a biblical place or event, what would you want to see? Ooh, that's a good one. I'll ask it one more time. If they offer to show you a biblical place or event, what would you want to see? And I can give you guys some options like, would you want to see the end of the world? Would you want to see the birth of Jesus, like when he first came? Would you want to see creation, like how the world was made? What would you want to see if you could choose an event from the Bible? I know for me, I have an idea for me, but I'm interested to know what you guys think, if anything. I'm going to take a water break while I'm waiting for you. You guys shy to answer? All right, well, I'll give my answer. Um, if they offer to show me a biblical place or event, what would I want to see? I would want to see Moses parting the Red Sea because I've watched the movie The Prince of Egypt, and even in animation form, I thought that was so cool the way that they like made the water part, and it was just so awesome. And so I would love to have been able to see that, like be in that environment. Loon just says hi. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Also, you guys, feel free to make your own questions. If you want to ask something, ask. Just have fun and be respectful. That's all I ask. Okay, so we're moving on to question number 3. If they promise to answer any and all of your questions, what would you ask? Hmm. Now I'm guessing this person means if the person you met in the Bible or maybe someone from the Bible could ask any and all of your questions, what would you ask? Hmm. What do you guys think? I'll share what I think as you're bringing up your answers. Um, if they promise to answer any and all of your questions, what would you ask? Hmm. I would ask, when exactly were the dinosaurs made? That's something that I've wondered for years now. Like, we know based off of the Bible that God created the animals in a specific time. And that time in itself is like what is not something that God is um within, like he's outside of time, right? But I've always questioned that. Budget Bliss Journey, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So we're just having a fun faith Q&A today. And I hope you guys enjoy and have a great time. Joseph, welcome in. Thank you for saying hi. I am doing well. How are you? So yeah, if I could ask God or just a being from the Bible like Jesus anything in that time, I would say when were the dinosaurs made? Cuz I don't know. It kind of confuses me and I question that when I read the Bible, you know? Joseph says watching from Nigeria. Awesome, awesome. Welcome in and thank you for joining. Hayat says hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Lexi says, should I have moving out of my house? Okay, that is a good question. And I feel like, it's really a personal decision, but I feel like it's something that would be awesome to just know, like on the spot, because we all want assurance with the decisions that we've made, right? So that is a good question and something awesome to pray about to get reassurance on. Spidry says, hello, what are we talking about? Hello and welcome in. So we're just having a fun Q&A, question and answers, sprinkling a little faith in it. And so just having fun. And I encourage you, if you guys want to ask your own questions, please do. Again, I just only ask that you just have fun and be respectful. So yes, that's what we're doing. So the next question is, if they decided to play genie for the day and offered to grant you one wish, no matter how far fetched, what would you wish for? So I'll break that down a little bit because I know that was kind of a lot. So if you had, if if you were able to have a genie for the day and they granted you one wish, no matter how far fetched it was, no matter how crazy it seemed, what would you wish for? Hmm. That really has me thinking. What would I wish for? What do you guys think? Lexi says, how old are you? I am 37. If I was granted one wish, that's so hard. What would I wish for? Hmm. I don't know. I got to think about that one. What do you guys think? If you were granted one wish by a genie, what would you wish for, even if it seems really, really crazy? Lexi says, I would wish for to be healthy. That's a good one. Um, yeah, that's a really good one. It's hard to pick just one. But I admire that one because I feel like once we're healthy, we can make, really good decisions and just be able to feel good about ourselves. So I like that one. Um, for me, I don't know. Spidry says I would probably wish for probability manipulation. Manipulation? That's interesting. Can you expand on that and explain what you mean by that? This is going to sound kind of selfish, I guess, but I would wish for unlimited funds like money. And the reason I say that is not just to spend on myself, but so that I could help other people who may not have that. And like give someone food, all the food that they need, and to give someone a home or to help someone start their own business, to give back. So, not just only take care of my own needs, but to make sure that the people around me are taken care of as well. Spidery says I could make it so that I can make I could like have a 100 chance of finding another genie, a 100 chance I win the lottery, a 0 chance I die until I choose to change it, etc. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. That's actually a really good wish. Budget says, right, me too. Yeah. I think you guys have really good concepts and thoughts about this. I find that really interesting. That's cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next question. Do you think it would be better if the entire world found out beyond any reasonable doubt that God did in fact exist? Why or why not? You guys want me to read it again? Do you have any animals? Lexi asks. I do not. Nope. I used to live with my sister who had a short haired tuxedo cat, but I don't have any animals anymore. And actually, when I was a child, I had two dogs. One was a Labrador mixed with a Chow, and the other was a Lhasa Apto mixed with a Poodle. But as of right now, no animals. Um, okay, I'll repeat the question. Where was it? Okay, here it is. Do you think it would be better if the entire world found out beyond any reasonable doubt that God does in fact exist? Um, hold on. Let me start over. Do you think it would be better if the entire world found out beyond any reasonable doubt that God does in fact exist? Why or why not? Lexi says, right now I have a dog and two cats. Oh, awesome. What kind of dog and what kind of cats, if you don't mind sharing? Maya says, I'm back. Remember me from yesterday? I do remember you from yesterday. Thank you for joining, Maya. Appreciate you. So we're just having a fun Q&A here today. Sprinkled with some faith-inspired questions, but also just some fun general questions as well. Vanessa, good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Vanessa says, good afternoon, Miss Toya and chat. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. You guys don't forget to thumbs up, like the live so that more people can see the conversation and have some fun today on Fun Friday. And also subscribe if you haven't already. That way we can stay connected and you will know when there's a new video up for me. Lexi says that a black lab, blue healer dog, and I don't know the cats. Okay. A black lab. That must be a beautiful dog. I've seen black labs before. They're really beautiful dogs. Vanessa says you're welcome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the last question, do you think it would be better if the entire world found out beyond any reasonable doubt that God did in fact exist? Why or why not? Um, hmm. I gotta think about that. Budget says yes, so we can see he is real, so they can stop wondering if he is real. Agreed. Agreed. Spygy says, I think it would definitely help, but it's a big gray area. People keep free wills and stuff. But Jesus relies his judgment heavily on faith. If his existence is proven, it could mess up some stuff. Hmm, interesting. Lexi says, my two cats' names are Oreo and Fluffy, and my dog's name is Lily. Oh, those are such cute names. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. I'm kind of see both of your answers as like an answer that I would think too, because I think if people knew for a fact that God was real, would it make it better? Let me see. I don't know that it would make it better, in my opinion, because I feel like if people knew for a fact that God was real, they would probably even take him even more for granted in a way. And I say that because, like, I don't know. It's kind of like if you know you have, like, if you were born into a lot of wealth and not knocking anyone who was, but like you kind of feel like, oh, well, I don't have to work because I already got it. Some people do that. And so I feel like that's what people might do if they knew for a fact. Um, like I feel God is real. Like he's done stuff into my life that proves that for me. But I feel like if people would may take him for granted even more if they knew that. K Love says, I think that knowing Christ is real defeats the purpose of him. Kind of. I kind of see where you're going with that. Lexi asks, do you play Roblox? I don't. I haven't played games since like, oh, it's been a while. The last game that I used to play was called The Sims. I'm sure you guys may have heard of it. And I played it when it was like when they still sold it in stores. Excuse me. Budget says yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um I played The Sims when it was like The Sims 4 or something like that. I think that's when I stopped playing it. And that was years back. That was before they had it um on the app or whatever, the computer, I think. So I used to play way, way back. But I haven't played games since then. And I used to also play like the Wii. Um, have you guys heard of, because I know, the Michael Jackson movie came out recently, and I used to play Michael Jackson The Experience and Just Dance. I'm probably aging myself. But do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you ever played those games where like you use the little remote thing and you dance along with the Wii? Those are so fun. I'd honestly, no joke, I'd still play those games if I had it with me. But like my home is being repaired, so there's a lot of stuff all over the place. But I really enjoyed those games. Lexi says I played Roblox in since I was 4. Awesome, 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 awesome. Hey, if you enjoy it, keep playing it. Budget says yes, I played. Awesome. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Spydry says haven't played but 100% heard of. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Budget says I still have the system. I still have it too somewhere in my house. It's like it's probably still in the basement, but I would love to play it again. And it is really a workout. Like when you dance to those things, it is a workout. Like I was sweating, okay? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next question, you guys. So the question is, some people are afraid to be judged or to go to heaven because they haven't exactly been a saint all their life. Are you afraid? I know what I want to answer for that, but I'm going to hold it for a bit before you guys answer. Yes, it is a workout. Yeah, right, budget. Oh, I'd be I sweat a lot when I play that. Um Just Dance or Michael Jackson The Experience. Lexi says I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Let me turn the volume up. Is it better now? If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. Spydry says I was born during the Wii era of gaming. My first ever console was a Wii. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you all. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for confirming that you guys can hear me. Welcome in the gym fitness. Fitness, that's a cool name. And thank you for saying yes as well. Do you guys want me to repeat the question? Let me know. Budget says yes, I'm afraid. Okay, gotcha. Vanessa says you're welcome. Thank you. Um, Spydry says, and absolutely not. You don't go to heaven from works alone. But then again, faith without works is dead. I believe as long as you repent and turn away from sin, feed your spirit, you're good. Vanessa says, no, I'm not afraid. The gym fitness, love the name, says, you're such a beautiful lady. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Lexi says, 1. Thank you for confirming, Lexi. So, the thing about judgment in heaven, and if I would be afraid because I haven't been a saint all my life, and no, I have not. Listen, I'll be the first one to admit to you that I'm not perfect. Yes, I've sinned. Yes, I've willingly done things wrong against God. I'm not perfect. And so I also know, however, Romans 10:9, which says, and I hope I get it 100% right, if you believe in your heart that God, let me look it up because I'm not about to mess up God's word, okay? It's the one that talks about salvation. Romans 10:9. Budget says, I'm afraid of who I might see up there. I understand. But the thing is, like, you will be in God's presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will be in more of his presence than you are here. So, when you are physically like in front of him, I don't think fear is even possible at that point. Just my opinion. Um, Vanessa says, we are all God's children. Why should we be afraid? With God on our side, we as Christians shouldn't be afraid. Agreed. Lexi says, I was born on October 9th. That's awesome. October is a wonderful month. I love the weather during October. In the United States, October is like the fall, and fall is my favorite season. So, yes, this is the scripture that I was trying to remember. Romans 10:9 states, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. And I just want to add that it's not by the good things that we do in this life that save us, because all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Me too. So, no matter how many good things we do, we can never earn our way into heaven. And 365 times in the Bible, it says, do not be afraid. So, I know by nature, as humans, we get scared. But we have to remember that as long as we are willingly trying to do our best and give our best to God and truly turn away from wicked things, he sees us, he has mercy and grace, he forgives us, and when we accept Jesus, we're guaranteed a spot in heaven. As it says, you will be saved. Not you might, not you maybe, you will. So I hope that brings you guys peace. Spydry says, yeah, I was just taught that we're all completely rotten to the core. Hard truth. It's 0% what you do, it's God's gift, absolutely. But I also think being lazy and keeping the word to ourselves is a bad sign since if we are truly saved, we would naturally want to do good. Agreed. Agreed. Lexi says, and my brother was born on Christmas Eve. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Budget says, true if you think everything is peaceful. Well, I love the faces, Lexi. The thing about it is, I don't deny that there is trouble in this world. There is definitely trouble. There's definitely evil. There are definitely spirits that are behind people that influence them to do evil things. So it's not always peaceful, right? Excuse me. But when God is really moving in your heart, you have that inner peace that I don't even know how to explain it. It's that peace that Jesus talks about that transcends all understanding. And really, the world can't take it from you because the world doesn't give it to you. Jesus gives that to you. And so I feel like, even given the harshness and the cruelty that people do in this world, we can still choose peace. We can still give it to God. I'm not saying be a pushover. I'm not saying let people walk all over you. I'm not saying don't protect yourself. All I'm saying is that rely on God's strength and God's peace, because that is the strongest thing and that is the greatest defense. I've learned throughout my 37 years on this earth that I don't always have to fight the battle, because if I'm a soldier in God's army, the battle is already won. He already fought it, He already went before me. So all I have to do is keep moving and trusting Him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Something that I've learned is to question myself. When I'm making a decision, I'm like, am I trusting my own way of seeing this, or am I trusting how God sees this? You know? And it's helped so much. It's helped me so much. Spidry says, if we are truly saved, we would naturally want to do good. I agree. We would. It would just be a part of us. Sometimes we would fall because, we're still humans, but a part of us is changing. A big part of us is internally changing to want to do good. Lexi says, do you know how to play truth or dare? I do. Yes. Thank you for saying hello again. But I don't know how that would work on a video, like if you wanted to play it now. Um, yeah, so I don't know how that would work if you were wanting to play it. Um, so, but yes, I know how to play. Let me get to the next question. But good question, good answers, guys, and I thank you so much for participating. I hope I'm not offending anybody. This is just a conversation, and we're just having some chill and fun times today. Okay. Um, so the next question. um, how about God? Are you afraid of God Himself, or do you consider Him more someone you can really open up to and be honest with? That's a good question. Hmm. I'll be honest with you guys. When I used to hear the fear of the Lord, I used to think that, oh, I have to be afraid of him. But I've learned that I think the word fear means respect, if I'm not mistaken. And so Another thing that I have to admit is that when I was like in my early stages of really getting close to God or learning about Him, I did used to be afraid of Him because I thought He was like always mad at me for the wrong things that I've done. But I learned that He's not. And it says in His word that I think it's where was it? Psalms 35, I think. Let me find it. Psalm 35. Yep, I was right. Okay, here we go. So Psalm 35, and you guys can answer the question. This I'm just saying my view of it as you write your answers. So Psalm 35 says, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." So God is not going to stay mad at you. He knows you're human. He knows you have flaws. He knows that you struggle. All he wants is that you come to him. He's ready for you. He's wanting you. That's why you have that tugging at your heart, because he wants you to come and and be open with him and honest with him. He's not mad at you, as I like to say. He's madly in love with you. Spidry says, definitely the latter. We should definitely be open to the Lord. He already knows us better than we know ourselves. Right, exactly. So you can't really hide from him. But I also believe we should have healthy fear of God, like how we respect our Father. Because if we had no healthy fear, then we won't follow him, follow his guidance. I agree. I agree. Budget says, yes, he loves us. He absolutely does. And yes, I agree. Like a good guardian, a good parent, um, you respect them, right? You feel like someone that you look up to, you don't want to deliberately hurt them. And for me, even like a few years ago, right? Or maybe it was even like last year, I was really starting to get in the word, right? And something that I realized is that I shouldn't be so focused on God's laws in a way that it's like, you can't do this and you can do that, but don't do this. Because if I look at it that way, it looks like it's control. And it's not control, it's compassion. The reason that God gives us certain things that we should and shouldn't do is never to control us, but it's to help us, to protect us because He loves us. It's like if you've guys seen the movie Maleficent, and spoiler if you haven't seen it, sorry. But the baby is like walking towards a cliff, right? And Maleficent is watching her walk, and then she's about to run off the cliff. But she does her little magic, or whatever, and the baby is saved from running off the cliff, right? And my point to that is, what good parent or guardian that loves you will allow you to walk off into something that they know would harm you? They set rules and boundaries in place to protect you. And that's what God does for us. Something that I've also realized is that sinning against God is not just, breaking a law or a rule, it's breaking his heart. Can you imagine someone who gave their life for you, and then you are playing in his face, and then you are deliberately doing the same thing over and over again when you know it hurts him? When I look at it from that perspective, it makes it real. And it's like, God, I don't want to hurt you, you know? I have to stop this. fill in the blank sin because I don't want to hurt you. And if you love someone, you don't want to hurt them, right? So again, the 10 commandments and all of the commandments we have in the Bible are not there to control us. They're to show compassion and love and to protect us. Um, so yeah, thank you for the hearts, guys, and thank you for the replies. Just a few more questions. I hope you guys are enjoying and having fun. It's getting a little deep, but I hope you're having a good time. So the next question: do you trust God? Meaning without any hesitation. Would you do whatever He told you with no questions and trust in the fact that He has everyone's best interest in mind? That's a hard one for me to answer. I'm going to be real with you guys as you're putting in your answer. I have trouble trusting God sometimes. Like I shared in my last live, I'm in a situation right now where I'm looking for employment, and I have recently received feedback from employers saying we're going to go with another candidate, right? So, like doors closing in my face, figuratively. And so, even though I know God has come through for me before, because I keep seeing that happen, it's making it harder for me to trust God if I'm being real with you. I want to trust him completely. I really do, but it's hard. And so I guess my answer to that is no, I don't completely. I wish I did, but it's hard. Spidey says, I'd want to say yes, of course, but my past says otherwise. I've received instant signs from him, but then do the opposite later. Even though I know God knows what's going to happen and it'll lead to go. Spidey, honestly, I'm right there with you. Um, I think I've been saying your name wrong. If I have, please forgive me. I thought that was an I, but it's an L. My eyes. Um, what's going to happen, and it'll lead to God. But for some reason, I don't. It's like Paul saying, "For I do what I do not want to do, and what I do not want, I do," or something similar. Yeah, and that's just like what I was saying. Like, I want to completely trust God because I know He's proven it to me many times that He is well able to bring the desires of my heart according to His riches and glory. But the human side of me, and especially in this day and age of, instant answers, it's like, God, where are you? Why isn't anything moving? Why am I not getting what I need right now? And I can hear God even now saying, you don't trust me. You say you trust me, but, you know, trust that I've got you. And then I want to say back, I know you got me, God, but I don't see anything happening, and that's the human flaw in me because I'm being impatient. I want it to happen in my time and right now and in the way that I asked and all of that. And that's where faith steps in, right? Wow, that question really got me. That's what I have to work on. I have to work on my faith and fully trusting God. It's like the Bible verse that talks about how you will soar like eagles, I think it talks about. If you guys know it, let me know, or I can look it up. Um, gotta work on my faith. Gotta increase that. Gotta increase the trust. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls. That was heavy. That was deep. That was a deep one. Um, Feel free to answer if you guys want to. I'm gonna keep going. We have one more question. Um, so the last question is excuse me. Have you ever seen a miracle or anything close to it? Divine experiences, etc. If so, please share it. I've got one about myself. Um, so I have a miracle story. One time, and I've shared about how I struggled with mental illness on my channel before. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. So, with the mental health condition that I had and have now, but it's under control and I can function well and stay stable and all of that. Um, but when I just started experiencing it, it would be like months increments at a time. Like I think like every 6 months. Thank Hello Thorn, welcome in. Thank you for saying hi. Every 6 months I would get episodes of what of my health condition. And it would be very hard once I was in those episodes to come out of it. Like it would take a lot of therapy and medication and a lot of times hospitalization, right? So one day I'm at the mall with my mom when I was like a teenager. I believe I was either 12 or 13. Um, and my pastor walks into the mall. And my mom is in the mall area, but I'm like in the lobby-ish area. I think it was actually a Macy's, and I was in the lobby area sitting down, and I was sick at the time. Wasn't in my right set of mind because I was in the episode. And the pastor saw me and she talked to me for a bit because I was actually scheduled to see her the following Sunday, I believe, so that she could say prayers over me. But she just happened to see me that day at the Macy's, and so she started praying over me. The Macy's shopping store. And then she saw my mom, they said hello and everything, and then, my pastor went in the store and that was it. A few hours later, again, I wasn't in my right mind so far that I didn't even know my name. Like it was bad. I wasn't eating, so I was very thin. And I can tell that story about how bad it got. I'll just say now. I wasn't eating, and so it got so bad that I had to have a feeding tube down my nose to have liquids to feed me because I wasn't eating anything because of the episode that I was in. So before I had the feeding tube, I was at dinner with my mom, and all of a sudden, I was back to normal. And unexplainably back to normal. And my mom noticed and she was like, she called the pastor. She said, "What did you do?" And the pastor said, "Nothing. All I did, I just prayed over her." And for a few weeks, I was back to normal. and then I got sick again. But even in that moment, it was a miracle because people in the states that I was in, you don't just come out of it. It takes a while if you experience what I've experienced. So that was my miracle story. Spadri says, I was forgotten at school, though nothing of it, thought nothing of it, and 5 or 6 hours pass. I talked with the guard, pretty cool person, or seemed like at the time. And when I was riding home, I saw doves in the arc almost, forming forming a heart above our car. Oh wow. And I got reminded of the prayer, which caused me to be more interested in God. I definitely believe that was Jesus working. Wow. I love that. I love the signs that Jesus gives us. I love how he works in our lives. And I believe when we're really paying attention, we can really see the signs that he's all around us and with us all the time and protecting us. Yeah. I have other stories too, like um just like kind of like supernatural things. Um one time, let me think of a story. I have so many. Have you guys ever had those moments where it's like something told me to do this? And then when you listen to the voice, then you're like, I know that was you, God. You know what I mean? Um, I'll give you an example of something that happened to me. So there was a time, I've shared about how my dad passed in 12 years ago. It'll be this year, December of 2014. And for those of you who don't know, my dad suffered from complications of kidney failure. And so that was for a good portion of my life that he suffered from that. And so I was used to him coming in and out of the hospital because of that. Um, so he passed on a Saturday, and it was the Friday before when he was in the hospital. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I was making a sandwich in my kitchen at my home. And as I was making the sandwich, putting the things together for it, something came in my head and said, and these were the exact words, this time he's not coming home. And immediately as I had that thought, I dismissed it because I didn't want to believe it. The Saturday after, he passed away. And there have been multiple times in my life where I've gotten thoughts like that. Again, throughout my life, he was in and out of the hospital due to his kidney failure. So it wasn't unusual that he was there. I was so used to him being so strong and coming home, there was no way that that would have been my own thought. But it was a true thought. And I know it was God's voice. As hard as it was to hear, I know now that God was preparing me for what was to come because it drastically changed my life after that, after his passing. And the best way I can describe the voice is like it's not scary, it's more like factual and um preparation, like it's preparing me for what's coming, even if it's not something I want to hear and I didn't want to hear it. So, what I want you to know about God as we wrap up this live is this: sometimes He will tell you things that you don't want to hear, out of love, though, because that's what a good parent or guardian does. Even if it's hard to hear, it's tough love for your protection because He loves you. And that's what He told me because, as I've said, those kind of messages happened before in my life. And so I used to ask God, why do you tell me these things? I don't want to know that. And in prayer, his response was, because I'm trying to guide you and prepare you for what's to come so that you could be more equipped for the storm. And I won't leave you as you go through it. I'll be right there with you. Thank you for the 100s. I hope you guys had some fun today. I know it got really heavy and serious towards the end, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please come back again. Stay connected by subscribing. It's free and it helps me to help you to bring more content like this. Before we wrap up, I'm going to cover you with prayer. And um, here we go. God, thank you for this time to have some fun and to just chill and talk with you and the people watching this video. I appreciate the time that you gave us today, called the present, the gift, and the greatest gift of all, which is your son, Jesus, who made that sacrifice for all of us. God, I thank you that we are all your creation. We are all your children, which means we're all special and have something unique to offer the world. God, help us to know who you are. Help us to trust you. Prove yourself to us continuously and never stop chasing us until we're in your arms physically. We love you, God. We appreciate you. And we thank you for all you've done, all you're doing, and all you will do. It's in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, budget. Thank you guys for being here. Come again, have some fun, and we'll do this again, another Q&A um, next Friday. Why not, right? I'll see you guys then, God willing. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, and take care, okay? Peace and love. Bye, guys. Big hearts. Can't do the heart with the other hand because I'm holding the phone. Bye, guys.